Welcome in, everybody. This is Shadobe News. Today we are covering Epic 7 and their most recent patch update, as well as the World Cup. On to you, Ken. What's up, guys? It's Ken here. Today we got some exciting news. Another day, another Epic 7 update that we all love and enjoy greatly. E7 truly the most perfect game we've ever seen. Today they have the juiciest patch update. So much news to cover. Honestly, I couldn't believe it when I heard it myself. I had to go tell Barbie instantly. And we just haven't slept since. Back to you, Shadobe. Thank you, Ken. Now, first things first, we have the balance patch update. You're going to be covering every character's update, their new skill set, and why. But we can't just do it normally. No. We are delegating this to the balance patch team himself. That's right, we have the insider of the balance patch team here. Batman, over to you.
Thank you for the warm intro, Shadobe. Now, as we can see here, we have plenty of news to cover on this update with the balance patch. I designed these skills myself so that I could better defend Gotham. First up, we have Remnant Violet. Now, Remnant Violet is already God, so I thought, what better than making God even stronger? So I increased his damage on the S1, and I increased his damage on the S3. And then it finally occurred to me, to make Violet truly God, I would take away his evasion buff and make his evasion innate. I know people haven't really thought of it before, but I think it's time to do something daring, something brave, something we haven't seen yet with Violet. I think these changes will make him very good. On to our next buff. We have Sylvian Sage. Now, she's been overshadowed quite a lot. So, instead of letting her buff her damage on S3 and give crit damage to all allies, I'm completely removing it. Now, what we have instead is her S3 damage will just do damage per enemy, which means that if you're currently winning the game and the enemies are dead, your Sage is gonna suck, because that's not what true justice is. True justice is fair. And to make it even better, now she can be on counter set to stack damage on the S1. I'm truly just the best balanced team ever. Now you have to rely on counterattacks, because nobody's gonna be using that S1 turn 1, so that damage isn't gonna stack, let me tell you. And we're removing the focus gain from her S3. This is because I want her to start with a full focus bar. And if you start with full focus and nobody ever hits her, she won't need the extra focus. And not only that, we're increasing the damage required to proc one of her focus stacks. This means if a Knight or a Soul Weaver hits Sage, she's gonna die a lot faster. Because I think that will help her live longer. Yes, thank you. I believe that covers Sylvian Sage. Now, on to everybody's long-awaited balance buff. We've been waiting on this buff for about 4 years now. We are buffing Yuna. That's right, the fan favorite Yuna. And to buff her, rather than the S3 always critting, it will no longer always crit. I know it's been long requested, but that's how we're gonna buff her. Her S3 will no longer always crit. I know you've been asking for it for a long time. But don't worry, we're making it so her S2 will have the extra turn now. So now, you can buff attack of all allies and then S3 and not crit, rather than critting and not having that attack buff. Thank you. And on to her EE. We know we have to change it a bit. So rather than having her always crit on the S3 with Gab, we're removing Gab. And now She just can't be reset by Lua. We're removing Gab, so she can't be reset. Thank you. Thank you. On to our next balance patch unit. Free Spirit Tierra. Now, she's been pretty strong, but I need her to be stronger for those free-to-play newbies. To better serve Gotham, her damage will now scale according to the target's max health. And then I'm just buffing her damage just like Rylet, because I think that will better serve Gotham. Thank you. Now, on to our next balance patch. We have Mercedes. Now, Mercedes used to be the best anti-Cleave unit there could ever be. But, it just doesn't do it anymore. So, to make her relevant in the meta again, what I'm doing is I'm buffing her damage. I know I haven't done that often. I know I don't do it too much. But I think buffing her damage will make her viable once more. And also, rather than needing there to be less enemies to do more damage, she will just do more damage. And also attack buff makes her do it twice. Makes her use her S2 twice. Yes, thank you. On to our next unit, Camilla. Now, I know what you're thinking. Camilla? She's probably one of the best PvE units in the game. So, you're asking, how could I make her better? Well, to make her better, I'm buffing her damage. I know I haven't done it that much. I know it's kind of a rare thing. But I think to better serve Gotham, I'm going to make her damage stronger. Thank you. Now, on to everyone's long-awaited unit buff. We are going to be buffing Aether. Now, this may come as a shock to many of you, but Aether is not as strong as the Joker would lead you to believe. So therefore, I had to buff him. Now, rather than making it so that his S3 heals his team, recovering increase proportional to the max health of the caster's attack, it is now removing the attack requirement. Therefore, Aether can now heal his team according to their health and not needing attack. Also, he gets a bigger barrier. Thank you. Thank you. Artifact adjustments. First up, we gotta buff the Mighty Yashka. You already know it. The Mighty Yashka has been a fan favorite for many years. So, what am I doing to buff it? Instead of increasing attack and defense by 5 to 10%, when health is 50% more, it is now 10 to 20%. That's right, I'm effectively doubling it. This is the best patch ever. They say we've never seen a patch this good. This artifact, nothing ever like it. The doctors had no idea. They've never seen an artifact in this shape before. Truly one of the best of all time. Next up, we have Goblin's Lamp. Instead of recovering health at the start of a battle, who needs that? That's dumb. We are now giving you a chance to acquire 1 soul. That's right. 1 soul. You've never heard of this before. We are giving you souls for killing an enemy. 1 soul per enemy. I know. You might be saying, but Batman, this could really break the game. This could make it so there's a really unfair balance in the game. Shut up. I'm doing what's right for Gotham, and I don't need you talking down to me. I'm the Batman, not you. This is my buff patch. Now, next up, we have Envoy's Pipe, Envoy's Pod, Envoy's Pipe. There we go. Now, instead of decreasing damage suffered, we're making it that when your attack damage is decreased. Now, what does this effectively do, you're asking? I don't know. I was bored and I rewrote it, okay? Stop pressuring me. I have enough to deal with in Gotham with the Joker and my electricity bill. Do you know how much it costs to run Batcave? Do you have any idea? No, you don't. So stop pressuring me with these patch notes, okay? I do a lot of work. Now, on to our last balance patch. We have the Ascending Axe. Instead of increasing the crit chance of the caster by 5%, 5 to 10% after making a critical hit. You will now just have increased crit chance. You don't need a crit beforehand. I know this will finally be how it should have been from a long time ago. I'm sorry it wasn't like this sooner. Robin told me to do it the other way, and I told him it was a dumb idea. But there he goes, making out with Starfire again, so he didn't want to listen to what I had to say. Okay. Whatever you say, Robin. But now that you're on your honeymoon with Starfire, I'm just doing what I want now. I don't have to listen to Robin, okay? There, I said it. I'm not listening to Robin anymore. Thank you. I believe that will do it for our balance patch. Now let's see what the Gotham civilians had to say about it. This guy wrote way too much and I don't care. They are too busy making new plus 15 gears. That's right. That's right. But that wasn't my doing. I passed that job onto Damien. That's his job. This patch leaves much to be desired. That's what she said. OMG, why did they ruin Unit? Now, I don't get why you're being so pessimistic. I made Unit better. The people, they spoke, they said, this is the best unit buff we've ever seen. There's never been a unit buff like it before. The doctors really had no idea how it could have been this good. Thank you. I do not like the unit buffs. I don't like you. There's too much words here. Stop. This is not math class. You don't need to write an essay. Stop. No, you're writing too much, okay? Shut up about Brennis. Exactly. Thank you. Someone finally gets it. I'm not adding Brennis to the game, okay? I said it. She's hot. She's a fan favorite, but I'm not adding her to the balance patch. Why? She voted for the Joker. I'm sorry. I rent to see the Camilla nerf coming. What? Thank you. See, this guy gets it. Gutting Yuna? No. You're a loon. She's much better now. Thank you. Finally, somebody gets it. This is the best unit buff for Yuna ever that we've ever done. There's never been anything like this before. Okay. Now, I think that really sums up the balance patch. Thank you. That's going to cover our balance patch segment. I once again thank the Gotham civilians for being there for me when Robin left to go on his honeymoon with Starfire. He doesn't realize there's more important things than his honeymoon, okay? Anyways, back to you, Shadobe. Thank you.
Thank you, Batman. Thank you for that. Yeah, I get it. Some people can say the unibuff is it's definitely something. Thank you. I get it. Yeah, you're very excited for that buff, for that unibuff. I get it. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, our next segment will be the World Cup qualifiers match for global. But before that, I did want to listen to some viewer calls. We do have some people calling in right now, this very moment. Let's get their opinion on what they think of that balance patch, shall we? All right. Viewer, you are now live. Please, tell me your thoughts on what you just heard. Thank you. Well said. I appreciate that. So, with that out of the way, I believe it is time to talk about the E7 World Cup qualifiers. And to do that, I think we have to pass this on to our very special guest, the one, the only, the most hardcore gamer out there, the one who knows better about competitiveness than anybody else in the world. Over to you, Master Chief.
Oh, wait, is this live?
Yes, Master Chief. We're alive right now. Are you crying? What? Are you okay, Master Chief? What's going on?
Nothing. Cortana left me again. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Let's just move on. Okay. Well, E7 World Cup qualifiers for global. Thank you. Yes, that's what we're here to talk about. So first up, we do have the return of everybody's favorite. We got our best announcer back, Genazad. Let's see how he's doing. I think he's kind of wondering why he's still here. Honestly. He seems very, very tired. Yep, I agree. Thank you. Now, next up, there's been a lot of drama. A lot of drama about all of these disqualifications in the World Cup. So, what do I have to say to that? Well, in light of all these disqualifications, there's one thing we can learn from all of this. And that is, every time there's a winner, the cameraman doesn't realize they're making the camera way too close to these players' faces. No matter who it is, why would you want to be this close to the camera? It's a bit unnerving. SG, what are you doing?
Like the knuckle would miss the seal.
Thank you.
Things were going his way.
And with that, the winners of the qualifiers. I can't read in this mask. Who the fuck designed my mask? Cortana, you bitch. The winners were Ricazzo and Xander. They are making their way to the finals. They have beaten out everybody in the tournament of the qualifiers for global. Now, was it a hard-fought victory? Of course. The hardest thing that you have to fight for is your sanity. And what better way to do that than with my new line of gamer supplements? That's right, the Master Chief's Mega Cock. Buy it now, or get your money back. Or you won't. I won't give your money back. Buy my stuff now. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Chief. That was interesting. Thank you, Master Chief. That does cover most of our news for this E7 patch. But wait, there's more. You may be thinking to yourself, can I ever be in the World Cup? Well, let me pass it over to my main man, Ken. We're gonna talk about some packs. Over to you, Ken. Thank you, Shadobe. I appreciate it. Today we can look at some packs. These are some special packs that they put in the game. Now, are these packs value? We'll get into it. In terms of quality over quantity, these are better than the Mystic packs, guaranteed. But do you need it? Maybe. Should you get it? Not for me to say. Will you get it? I don't know. There's a lot of you and there's not a lot of me. But what I can tell you is that one way or another, these boobs will come to you. Whether it's through packs or luck, or not spending and you get her a year down the line. Just do what you feel is right. Don't give in to peer pressure, but also make sure you're happy. Make sure you're happy with the decisions you make. In my personal opinion, these probably will not serve you what you are looking to get out of them. Now, is that to say nobody should ever buy these? Not necessarily, but I think it is important that when buying packs, you need to look at yourself, what's going to happen after you buy the pack? Will this have served you the way you wanted it to? Are you going to be getting your value out of this pack? Will you be getting what you want out of this pack? Or are you merely just looking at it, you see something shiny and new, and you feel like you're going to miss out if you don't buy it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are these packs going to be worth it for you? Now, I believe that might be all I have to say on these. These packs, they come with 17 speed on them. That might help a newer player, but at the same time, it goes back to, is it going to help you in the long term? Maybe not. Maybe not. So you really got to ask yourself, is this what you want? Is this what's going to make you happy? Or is there a chance that you're going to feel really unhappy after you've spent on these? That's up for you to decide, not me. But I merely want to put the message out there. Thank you all. Back to Shadobe. Thank you very much for that insight, Ken. I appreciate it. I believe that does cover our news segment. Thank you all for tuning in to today's E7 News channel, where we cover the latest and greatest news on Epic 7. Please forward all your comments to our network team. Our network team can be found at the recycle bin on your desktop. Thank you.